Welcome to This Week in AT. This Week in AT, week of March 24th, 2025. NAT changes. Steps towards change. As National Athletic Training Month comes to a close for 2025, the NATA has sent out several emails with more information on changes they have made to increase the value to members, and also some initiatives that will save the association money and hopefully contribute to a better bottom line. As with anything, the NATA receives its fair share of critiques and criticism. If you are on AT social media, hashtag AT Twitter, some of the various Facebook groups, you might see more criticism of the NATA and what they do, don't do, and what they need to focus on for the betterment of the profession. In my opinion, it often felt like that criticism was going unnoticed and at best, just unaddressed. Consistent criticism has an underlying theme on the perceived value being that what was getting back to the members for the dues that were being paid was worth it. In defense of the NATA and service in athletic training in general, there's a lot of work being done that isn't being noticed because it's often not publicized. This is the dichotomy. How do you share what you're doing without it coming off as, quote, "Look what I've done for you, praise me," end quote, but still ensuring that membership knows you're using their money efficiently and effectively? It's a hard balance to maintain, but putting initiatives forward that show value and providing a level of transparency with the communication to back it up can go a long way. If I've learned anything in my years of trying to connect, repeat communication is key. You never know when or how someone is going to see your message. NATA steps. New member benefits. With your NATA membership in the past, you received a $150 credit for CEUs within Educate, or the Learning Center as it was previously known. This was changed recently to allow the option to use as a credit to register for NATA events with the decreased cost of $150. The NATA recently took it a step further for this year and now offers their entire library of 225 CEU hours as part of a membership. This could be a game changer for ATs when they are looking to save money on CEUs, as it's more than covers the biannual requirement of 50 CEUs. Additionally, members will still receive exclusive discounts for conferences, virtual events, and specialized content. I think this was a tremendous and overdue offering. I still think it's great, even though we offer CEUs through Clinically Presco, and this makes it much harder for us to raise funds for our initiatives with those CEUs. Guess we started just a little too late. To me, this is an area where the offering of CEUs has the potential to provide significant value to the member and ultimately could be a huge return on investment for the NATA via increased membership. Kudos for making this change. NATA News Production Schedule. The NATA has rolled out more informational content, including the NATA Foundation's Groundwork newsletter, the NATA Cast, the official podcast of the NATA. With that, they have continued to put out the NATA News. I personally enjoy the NATA News, as it's a great way to stay connected to the profession and learn about what people are doing across the country. I think the change to every other month is one that makes sense, and if it improves the bottom line for the utilizations of funds in other areas, even better. I believe the next step to cement this decision is the communication on how these savings will be utilized to continue to benefit the NATA and its membership. I personally don't need exact details, but a general idea of what it's going to, if it's going to marketing to help people identify the profession or for outreach during National Athletic Trainers Month, would be enough to know we are using the money to have a direct and positive impact. NATA staffing changes. Information about staffing changes came out late in 2024, and while I won't go into the details of all of them, I think it was noteworthy that the size of the staff was decreasing to again focus on the fiscal bottom line. Losing staff is almost never a fun experience, but again, I believe necessary to help maintain a healthy organization. It may have been long overdue, but it occurred, and there needs to be credit given for not continuing along a path that could have ultimately caused more problems for the profession and the association. Final thoughts. Leadership is hard. It's meant to be. You'll rarely get it exactly right, but communication and action are required. The NATA is far from perfect, but I think they deserve recognition for the work they do and the recent changes they have made. I by no means agree with everything, but I can recognize that they are making the efforts and at the same time withhold some judgment because I do not understand the day-to-day of what they're doing. And until I do, it's really hard to critique it beyond what we see from the surface level. So as National Athletic Training Month is wrapping up, kudos to the NATA and taking steps taken, and hopefully more meaningful ones will occur in the future. Keep growing the profession and doing right by the membership. This week in AT. Tune in next week to get the happenings in AT with This Week in AT.